Hello again, everyone. I thought I would have another little play with some of my squished flower backgrounds today because it was lovely to read all the excited comments from people who've never heard of this kind of technique before and who are really anxious to have a go. So I thought I would do one more, hopefully a quick one today. Lots of people could probably look at this and think, what on earth am I going to do with that? That just looks dreadful. It just looks awful. But it's a question of looking at things in part, not necessarily as a whole. So today I thought I would use a leaf die. So I have got a couple of windows here that I made with these dies. These are for me to look around at what I've got here to see if I like the look of anything through that window, which would show me what the actual die cut would look like. If I was to use simply the die, I wouldn't have a clue what it looked like underneath. But using a window like this, it's just a piece of copy paper, gives me a much better idea. So today, what I thought I would do was a tag. I will do a tag as the embellishment for my card, and onto that tag I would use one of these leaves. And also, looking at this, I thought some of these look a really good colour match as well. So I thought I'd perhaps use one of the butterflies on the tag as well. So first things first, let's see what I'm going to do for the tag. I've got two sizes here. Don't remember the make of these, but they're little stitched tags. No hole, but obviously you can punch a hole any way you like with a hole punch. While I was looking for these, I'll show you what I came across in my box that I actually haven't used yet, and that's this set of reinforcement rings, in fact, and they're all different shapes and sizes. So I thought what I may do when I've finished the tag is cut some of these and, you know, see what kind of goes with that, because you can just cut a couple if you like and put one on the front and one on the back, and you've got a reinforced hole for the tag. You obviously wouldn't need it for a tag on a card, but if you're going to put the tag on a gift, then it would be a really good notion. Okay, let me just put that away for the minute, but I just thought I'd show you those by the by. I got those on Amazon too, I think. These things come up and I just get them when I see them. So here's two sizes of card. This is a 5x7. This one is half a sheet of A4, British size, cut down the length and tent folded. So the two sizes, that one you see, I think looks a trifle large for that, but would be fine on this one. And this one looks a little bit lost on there, but would be fine on that one. So we'll do one of them. I'm not proposed doing both today. I've also got, besides my windows for whichever leaf I want to do, I've got a few little stamps, which are mixed media type stamps, that I could put onto the tag as well. And looking at the colours in here, the two distress oxides that I've looked out are peeled paint and brushed corduroy, because I believe that those colours go really quite nicely with the colours of the real plants that were squished whenever, the day before yesterday, whenever it was. Okay. Right, let's get going. First of all, let's choose a tag. Let's do the little one first of all. I'll put that on one side. I'll put the die up there so I don't lose it. Right, now the first thing to do is to look around. These are just mirror images, because one was the piece of card that was underneath the flowers. The other one was the one that was on top. So let's just have a look. Do you see? If you just look at what individual bits, they're kind of nice. You see? I rather like some of these down here. I think that's quite nice. I'm going to cut it out right there. Okay. Let's pop it into my Platinum 6. Somebody was saying yesterday again about cutting gold mirror or any kind of mirror card and getting the plates scarred. So what I do is I put a piece of mylar, this is fairly hefty mylar, between the die and the top plate, and you can see there's an indentation, and this helps to prevent the scarring of that top plate from the wrong side of the dies, if you know what I mean. So it does help a little. These need to be changed fairly frequently, but the price of these compared to the price of replacing your plates all the time is, you know, a really good notion. Right, I'm going to cut this out. Mylar on the top plate on top of that, and cut. So there is my panel, and altogether it looks kind of different, doesn't it? So let's do a little bit of something with this panel. Now I was thinking of a bit of a butterfly, so let's just see. I kind of like this one. Let me get that chap off. Perhaps I'll take him from the corner that I've been using. So I'll get myself a paintbrush, dip it in the water, and simply go around the butterfly to enable me to tear it where I want it to be torn. Okay. There we go. Right. Now I may not use all of it. Let's just see. I'll put that away. I think I may just use part of it. About there, maybe. So here's my slap it on. This is where my mylar sheets get used for so much. Right, let's get a little, only need a teeny bit of this. And other questions have come, is this like Mod Podge? And I haven't actually used Mod Podge, but I do believe it is. This one is a matte finish. Slap it on matte from Indigo Blue, and I really like that matte finish. I don't like bits all shiny and stuff, so let's just do this. Now if I try and glue this on the back, I think it might disintegrate a bit, because this layer is particularly fine. So I'm going to put it kind of there like that. I'm going to put some of this glue on here first, so that'll grab the back side of this. And then I'll finish off by going over the top everywhere, just to get it, make sure it's stuck down, because the glue will in fact go through the tissue, through the napkin. We can get rid of that bit on the side later. Okay, so there's a little bit of, there we go. Lovely. Okay, I think I need a bit more, just there. Might as well use all of this up. There we go. Do remember, if you use a regular paintbrush for your adhesive for mixed media, to make sure you do wash it fairly quickly afterwards. Okay, let's do a little bit of stamping on here as well, I think. These again I bought them from Amazon. They're just tiny little sort of background stamps. There's all sorts of little leaves, a little flower there, a leaf, just a tiny little leaf there. So I'm just going to pop this onto a block. Oh, it's a bit small. Let's get a slightly bigger one. Okay. And I think we'll do the brushed corduroy for this. Okay. Oh, it's nice. I'll do this over here. Okay, nice. What else have I got? I've got this one here. It's another one from Amazon. It's got like crazed bits, look. Can you see? It's just it's one of these here, like a crack in a wall or whatever. So let's have that one. And I think I'll do this one in the peeled paint. Where shall we put it? There's a bit there that might look rather nice if I put it down that line. Oh, good. That's lovely. Let's have another one over here. Do you see? Isn't that nice? Now, let me have a look and see what I'm going to do with this leaf. I haven't done much to this at all, really, but doesn't that look interesting already? Just look. Do you see? Beautiful. Right, my husband's just come back from shopping. He's going to be wanting me to go and help him put the stuff away, I expect. I am lucky that he likes to do grocery shopping. I can't bear it. But he's shouting. I tell you what, I'll go and help him out and I'll come right back. Okay, so shopping is away. I can get on with what I'm doing. Looking at this and looking at the size of my leaves that I've got here, these actually look a little bit large for this particular tag. These two, I think these came from a magazine, you know, like die cutting essentials or whatever it is, I don't know. I think they may have come from that. I've got a window for those, but these two are joined together, so, you know, I say I've got no idea where they came from. I don't remember these things. So I could have a look and see what the size looks like compared to the tag. So let's look at that first. I think those are the smaller ones. There's this, I've got one oak leaf here. Where is it? That one. I could cut two of those. Oh, has that got, yeah, this has got veining on as well, which is kind of interesting. I'll just cut these two. Well, I'll just see if I can find somewhere for them to go, actually. I need somewhere to, oh, where's my window? Here it is. Just a question of looking where. These, it's more awkward for these two because they're joined together. I've got to find a place that suits both, which is probably a bit more difficult. Although that's quite nice there. Let's have that there. So if I pop that into its place, I think actually I don't need to tape this down. I'm just going to have a go at this and cut it just to see how we do. Nice. I'm going to do a little bit of something with these. So let's just have a look. I'll pop these things away. I was wondering about a bit of script. May put some script on the leaves, actually. Who knows? That could go kind of there. And that could go... That might be quite nice, mightn't it? But at the minute, they don't show up on the tag. They're not... It's not distinguished enough. It's not, you know, different. So let me do just a little bit of inking. I will put a glove on. Knowing what I'm like, I get in such a pickle with ink. Oh, I've got some, look, foam squares stuck on here. This top drawer has got a lot of sticky stuff in it. Okay, let's try this one. And I'm just going to ink the edges just a little bit. Let's look at that. Makes a bit of a difference, doesn't it? Let's try this one. May even go a little darker. There's darkness around this butterfly here, so let's just keep trying with this. I made, as I say, I made a little bit darker still. It's quite nice. I'm going to just drag across just a little bit so that the veining shows. There, can you see? very gently. Nice. Now, I think what I will do is try and sort out my tag. And, you know, I'm going to put a bit of I did wonder about doing a bit of this, but I think we've got enough on there, to be honest. So I'll just pop that away for a minute. A little gilding wax, I think. I wonder if the copper would look nice. Perhaps I'll try it. I don't know if I've actually used this. I don't think I have. There's a first time for everything, isn't there? Right. I'll get a new applicator. But these are eyeshadow little sponges, again from Amazon, very, very cheaply. So let's just pick up a bit of this. So I don't know I haven't used it before. Nice. And this one as well. It's nice that the colours from the flowers are still showing through all my daubings. Let's put a little bit around the edge of the tag itself. Kind of nice, isn't it? I think, as it's a slightly bent, I will cut another one of these and back it so that it's nice and firm. So get a bit of scrap. This is a bit of offcut from the 5x7 card. Let's stick these two together. Well, I just had this tag under a block for a short while with these two. They're fairly weighty, just to flatten it nicely. But I'm really, really pleased with this. I think that looks lovely. What I'm debating about now is whether to have a panel on the front as well, or just to put that on there. And, you know, that panel just wins. It goes whew, for your eyes, takes it right in. Now, I did show you earlier the reinforcement ring things that I've got, and I would like to put a little ribbon in there, just a little tie or something, and maybe a sentiment. But do you know, that I think is, I am really pleased with this. So let's have a look at these reinforcement rings again and decide what we want to have on here. Let me just have a look. So there is a butterfly, but I think that's going to be a bit twee. I just really don't know what we'll... Just a little stitched square. That might be quite nice. Or a hexagon. I think we'll just go with a stitched square, actually. I only need one, don't I? So let me just cut out one. There are my two eyelets, my two reinforcement rings. So, wrong way up. That might look nice in copper as well, mightn't it? Need a little time for this to dry off, I think, really. Make sure it doesn't smear all over everywhere. Okay, that will go on presently. The next thing I want to do is to look for a ribbon, something to put coming through that eyelet, that reinforcement ring. So I think the green would look quite nice. This is actually the kind of ribbon I fancy. It's got a slightly gold edge. Let me just colour a little bit of this. Okay, I'll get a block, put this over the end of the block. Let's try the peeled paint again. I don't know if I've tried colouring ribbon with Distress Oxides before. I usually colour them with marker pens, but we'll try the Distress Oxide and see. Looks quite nice. I'll do both sides. Okay. Might be nice. I'll need that to dry as well. That was interesting. I was attempting to dry this, as you saw, and it started to curl because this is a synthetic ribbon. And, you know, I really like the look of that. So I think it's dry now, but previously I say I've never used Distress Oxide. Look at the state of me. I've never used Distress Oxide for colouring ribbons before. I've always used marker pens, but I think this is probably going to work. If you don't have marker pens and you do have inks, then you could try it. But let me put this reinforcement ring on, and then we'll make the hole to go in the middle. Okay. I'm going to get the bleach out of something to get my hands clean. Right. Pop this on here. Like so. It matches quite nicely, doesn't it, with the stitching on there. Just dab the glue away. I need some clean baby wipes too. Now, just keep this straight. I've just moved it. There we go. Now I need to make a hole. There we go. My crocodile. Now we'll put this through. I love the curls on that. Right. Stick these on. It's my panel. And I would like a sentiment on there. And I am wondering if I want to put that onto, no, I won't put it on foam tape because I think it'll, because of the knot, it would make it too fat for postage. So let us stick this down. Right across that bow at the back. Hold it in. it. Now I don't have any copper coloured mirror card. I suppose they must do it, but I don't have any. But I could, how big do we want this? That's too big. There's a hello. Got various hellos. There's a hello. This probably is the one I want. I'll tell you the reason why I'm thinking that. This one has got a shadow, which will obscure quite a lot of the butterfly. This one has not got a shadow, so I'll still see bits in between. So if I cut one of these from some of the basic cream card that I've been using, and then colour it with the gilding wax, that should hopefully do the trick. So let's go with this. That'll take just a few moments to kind of set so that it doesn't smudge. So, getting there. This has had a few moments, so I'm just going to stick it down. I'm going to stick this first down onto the card. I'm not going to put this onto foam tape either. I'm just going to stick it directly. Well, I've had this just with that pressing down for a few moments to keep the hello down. And I kind of think we're there. So another way of using some of our squished flowers in a way that perhaps you wouldn't have thought possible when you first looked at what we started with. So do have a bit of fun. Look at your backgrounds with a kind of a different eye. See what you can come up with. And whatever you do, have a lot of fun. Thanks so much for watching.